The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel the rage and I just can't hold it. It's scratching on the walls, in the closet, in the halls. It comes awake and I can't control it. Hiding under the bed, in my body, in my head. Why won't somebody come and save me from this? Make it end. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. It's hiding in the dark, its teeth are razor sharp. There's no escape for me, it wants my soul, it wants my heart. No one can hear me scream, maybe it's just a dream. Maybe it's inside of me. Stop this monster. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I'm gonna lose control, it's something radical. I must confess that I feel like a monster.
White flag waves. Come on, Dino, bring it home. Dino can hear him yelling. He sees the checkered flag waving. He gets it done.
Works his way off turn number 4. Down here across the stripe. Jack hit. We'll get your win.
Clevenger wins at the Lanier National Speedway. Checkered flag wave. Give it to Putt Putt.
Final lap. Here we go. Drag race down the backstretch. Who's it going to be? They're so tight coming here off the lead. And it's going to be, holy crap, it's going to be Christopherson. Dean Reynolds down here through 3 and 4. Coming up off, looking good and clean. He will get the win here at Lernerville. Patrick Spangler working off a 4. He will get your win here tonight at Lanier. That 280 and Jeff Sharp trying to close in on the 72.
Get there, checkered flag wave. William Watson holds on.
right, here we go, folks. Tonight we get ready here for the 360 wing sprint cars. Gridding up here for heat number 1 here tonight. We got here on the pole Randy Shreves for LGR Motorsports with Zach Chapman, Shaggy TV's own. Number 72 for Gambler Motorsports starts on the outside there in second. He's been having quite the season here lately. Starting third, Mr. Ted York in the number 09 in that number 3 position. And fourth back there is Patrick Spangler in the number 39. And back here with the number 79 for Super Dirt Car Series Full Throttle Motorsports, Mr. Dean Reynolds driving the number 79. Rolls off in fifth. Back here for Robbie Shaw driving the number 67. Will roll off here in sixth tonight. Lights are off. We're going to be getting ready to go. Green flag racing as the car pulls off there in 2. Heading the field over there to Randy Shreves, who's got to take the rest of the way around the speedway. He's got Zach Chapman there to his outside. Teddy Bear York there in a third. As they roll here off turn 4, green flags out there, down the way. Dust flies in the corner number 1 as they headed on out here. Through 1 and 2 down that back straightaway. Chapman trying to hang on to it. Up above Teddy Bear as they work around there off up turn number 4. Trees out there out front. As he rolls there now off through the backstretch down here in the corner 3 and 4. Mr. Shaggy there in a second as they roll there off 4. Shaggy TV. Shaggy himself sitting there in second, trying to battle with Mr. Ted York. As you see, Patrick Spangler back here in fourth. Fastest here in qualifying, so now he's got to try to work his way through the field as he works down underneath. Gets underneath the Chapman. They're side by side coming here into turn number 3 and 4. Chapman makes a dive for the lead. They're 3 wide coming off the corner number 4. And they wisely get it split back out there as Chapman ends up way up there on the top side. That's going to open the bottom up there for Mr. Patrick Spangler as Randy Shreves still hangs on to the lead. Off turn number 4, final lap, the white flag's flying here for heat number 1. Here comes Ted York now down there on the bottom. Shaggy there in third, staying right with Spangler. And oh no, Shaggy and Ted York come around. And that's going to give the win there to Shreves. Spangler there in second. Dean Reynolds there in third. Let's take a quick look here at this final corner as they come here off of the speedway. Hey, watch here. We got Ted York on screen as they come here in the corner 3 and 4. He just comes in, collects Shaggy, and then that's going to get up there into the 67 of Robbie Shaw. And that's just not how you really wanted that to play out. Heat number 1, your results are as follows. Randy Shreves getting that win. Patrick Spangler second, Dean Reynolds third, Robbie Shaw in fourth, Zach Chapman there in fifth, Ted York there in sixth. All right, here we go. For heat number 2 on that starting grid, that's going to be Mason Hine with Scott Thomason there in second, Bob DeGood in third, Conor Ross starting fourth tonight with Jeff Barker for Can-Am Racing's team, the 513, starting fifth. You got Can-Am Racing starting their third with Mr. Bob DeGood in the 7 machine as well. They get ready to start heat number 2. Oh, come on, do what I need you to do. That's not what I wanted you to do. I wanted you to go here with this. There we go. As we get them set to rock and roll here at Lucas Oil. Short, small field here for the 360s and the Hometown Heroes here tonight. Brought to you by Vigo Wraps and Designs. And always, as always, looking for other sponsorships for the Hometown Heroes as well. If you'd like to sponsor one of these divisions, please do get in contact with Coast to Coast. I work there in corner number 1 and 2 up there on the high side. You got the 6 there of Scott Thomason. Working out high side, a little bit shaky there through 3 and 4, but gathers it up. There you see the 89 of Mason Hine, the fastest one here in this group. Connor Ross started in 4th, up to 3rd. Now he's looking to see if he can get 2nd place away from Mason Hine as Scott Thomason just strolls away there with the lead at this moment in time. And oh no, Mason Hine ends up collected there at Connor Ross. Connor Ross collecting the infield tire. And takes him and Mason Hine to the outside of the speedway. Up into that outside wall. Hard hit for Mason Hine and Connor Ross. Hopefully Connor Ross can get that car back together again. Same with Mason Hine there for the feature here coming up shortly as they roll down that backstretch. Through 3 and 4. Thomas in there in front. Barker in 2nd. Bob the Good there in 3rd. White flag in the air for Scott Thomason as it worked now there off of 2. Down the back straightaway, the 6th there, Thomason. Barker there, 2nd. Bob the Good there in 3rd. And that is going to be how they finish up there with Thomason coming across the line. Jeff Barker 2nd. Bob the Good sitting there finishing 3rd. Now, here is your finish results for heat number 2. That's going to be Scott Thomason, Jeff Barker there in 2nd, Bob the Good there 3rd, Mason Hine in 4th, with Connor Ross in 5th. Here we are. Going here with, we'll be back after this message from our sponsors.
2, 3.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me.
For your grid. Here we go. Randy Shreve starting out there on pole for LGR Motorsports, the 56 of Randy Shreve. Scott Thomason racing the 06. Scott Thomason starts there in second to his outside. Row number 2 on that inside lane. Patrick Spangler starts third here tonight, driving a number 39 to his outside. Can-Am Racing Team, the 513, Jeff Barker starting fourth. Row number 3, another inside line. Super Dirt Car Series full throttle motorsports driver, the 79 of Dean Reynolds starts fifth. Can-Am Racing Team's number 7 of Mr. Bob DeGood rolls off in 6th position here tonight. Row number 4 to that inside line, Robbie Shaw driving a number 67 starts 7th tonight. GSG RFX Motorsports number 89, the 8 of Mason Hine. Starting 8th is Mason Hine. Row number 5 on that inside, Gambler Motorsports number 72, Mr. Shaggy TV, Zach Chapman starts 9th. Connor Ross there in 10th tonight in the 035. Ted York rounding out your field in the 09 as they come there off turn number 4, ready to hit the green flag. Here we go. Pedals are down, dust is in the air. In the corner number 1, they glide as they roll out of turn 2. Shreves out there in front. Spangler trying to get an early jump down there on that inside lane. Shreves goes up top. They're going to squeeze coming there off turn 4. Getting it together there. You see the 6 of Thomason getting back out there to the front. Up there on that high side, Spangler there in a second on that bottom side. Shreves trying to hang on for third, and they work on down through turn 1 and 2. We already saw that infield tire play havoc. We already got issues here towards the back possibly. There you see Chapman off track. Connor Ross, there he is. There's Mason Hine. Chapman off track and in the pits now. Down 2 laps early in this one. Most likely going to call it done, which he does look to be at the moment by my standpoint. And they roll it down there now off of corner number 1 and 2. Sorry that I left that music on a little longer than what I probably should have. They roll out there. First caution underway, this time for Randy Shreves, who is missing every wing on that machine. Now you watch Randy Shreves there in the 56. He's up there on the high side. Comes down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Gets up there, gets on the top of the flop, and ends up upside down. And the 67, Connor Ross collects him. And the wings play a disappearing act. I didn't see him fly off. I just watched him disappear. There's you're on the pole. It's in replay. Everybody's working to get back in line here for the restart. Scott Thomason, your leader there out front at the moment. Patrick Spangler there second. Jeff Barker there third. Dean Reynolds sitting there in fourth. Jeff Barker's there third as they get lined up side by side, ready for the restart here. We are in your main event already of the 360 wing sprints. Coming up is the limited late model. They're off turn number 4. Thomason getting a great run there on the top side. Spangler down here on the bottom, going to try to make it work. Gets a nose out there, but can't quite hang on to it enough. As Scott Thomason has that grip off that high side and is going to pull ahead of him up there. But Spangler's still giving him a run down there on the bottom. That bottom may come into play here in the corner, and there he does. He's got the run that he was looking for as he's up there now to the high side. Sliding it through turn 3 and 4. Patrick Spangler to the lead. Dean Reynolds now, he's up there to the high side, slinging that dirt all around up there. Working off turn 2 into turn 3 and 4. Thomason there in second. Barker, he's back there in fourth. Reynolds up a little high there coming out of turn 4, up there in that fluff stuff. They work down that back straightaway. There you see Robbie Shaw, after problems there in the heat, making some distance coming here through. And a 7, Bob DeGood up into the outside wall, brought it hot through turn 3 and 4, and gets it into that outside wall. I think he's going to go and try to, he's going to try to sport around there. into the pits, which he will do so as they still continue the race. Spangler out front, Thomas in there second, Reynolds third, Barker there in fourth, Mason Hine in fifth, Robbie Shaw sixth with Ted York down there on the bottom side. Down there now on the bottom as they work through turn 3 and 4. There you watch them coming up off the corner. 15 laps to go. Scott Thomas in there second, Dean Reynolds there third, Jeff Barker fourth. Then if we take a look at your points real fast, Dean Reynolds leads the points here for your hometown heroes, 360 wing sprint cars with 477. Spangler with a 447. Connor Ross having issues now. He is off track. There comes Bob the Good trying to sneak his way back on track. Take a look here at Connor Ross has towed it to the pits. Down there on the bottom side, there you see him in that number 035. White and blue machine. Now he's back up here to the top side. Ends up off the back of Shreves a little bit and just spins it around up there on the high side. Now back here to the points. Patrick Spangler is in second with 447. Brian Moore with 402. I don't think I see Brian Moore out there tonight, but I do see Patrick out there in the lead. So he could be a contender here for the points. We got Dean Reynolds there in third, who's currently leading the points. Joseph Grandy, I don't see Grandy out there tonight. He's currently in fourth in the points with 399. Barker with 398. And Barker is sitting fourth here tonight. It's going to get interesting here as the points season continues. We're here in week number 6, I believe, if I'm thinking correctly. I'm sorry, no, that's after 7 races. So we are on week 8 here at Coast2Coast Racing Network. Bringing you the Coast2Coast Racing League here on YouTube. I am your host from On the Pole, Adam Figger from FFTV. Jeff Barker there in fourth, Mason Hine in fifth, Ted York down there on the bottom side trying to bring that Mobile 1 machine into a better position as Spangler just runs away with it right now at the front. You got the 6th there, Scott Thomason in second, Reynolds there third, Barker there in fourth as they keep it rolling down the back straightaway here through 3 and 4. Heading up there now onto the high side, down that front straightaway. Down there now on the bottom. Dean Reynolds there in third, Jeff Barker fourth, Mason Hine fifth, Randy Shreve sixth, Ted York there in seventh. Up there on that high side, Dean Reynolds there in third, and look out. Ted York had to try to get a hold of it. Jeff Barker had problems, and that will be a yellow flag here for Jeff Barker. And you watch him bring it around here. There you see Barker up there on the high side, right behind Dean. Coming out here in the corner number 1. He will get up there and just dump that car of Dean's and ends up there on the high side. But he kept it off of everything. He's going to get it back underway and continue to race in this one. Scott Thomason, Dean Reynolds, Mason Hine, Randy Shreves, all out there right now, your top 5. They keep it rolling out there. Great job so far by everybody. Single file here. I'm sorry, I haven't been keeping track of laps. Hopefully people at home are keeping track of them. There's just lots of action there on the speedway tonight. Single file restart, meaning we should be under 10 to go. They roll it down the back straightaway here through turn 3 and 4. Thomas in there second, Reynolds there third. Patrick Spangler out front. Here we go. That Superior Interior is number 39. Down and away here with 8 laps to go in the corner number 1. That dust flies some more. Thomas in there in the second. Reynolds hangs on there in the third. Mason Hine back here in the fourth as they come around here now off turn number 4. Thomason Reynolds, Hines still battle it out to try to get that podium finish they're all looking for. Yeah, you want them down there now in the 3 and 4, coming around here on lap 7 to go. With Patrick Spangler still leading the way. Randy Shreve's doing a good job trying to get back up there towards the front. Right now, right at the back bumper of Mason Hine. Dean Reynolds hanging on the 3rd spot right now as they roll through turn 3 and 4. Up there on the front, it's still Spangler though, running away with it. I just see Reynolds there, got to try to check up just a little bit to stay off of Thomason. That's going to allow Mason Hine to get down there to the bottom side and try to work here off turn 4. Hine has third at the moment, working towards second with 4 laps to go. Spangler up there on that top side. Hine making that inside work, just going to make sure he doesn't clip their infield tires. And now there comes Thomason there in the 3rd. Ted York getting there in the 5th. Battling for 5th, rather. Reynolds still hangs on to the top side. There you see Hine down there on the bottom. Losing ground there as Thomason gathers it back up there on the high side. 2 laps to go. Down the back straightaway for Patrick Spangler, and he works here 3 and 4. The white flag's unfurled. Here we go. Final lap for the 360 wing sprint cars here at Lucas Oil Speedway for your hometown hero Wednesday night from Coast to Coast Racing League. And Patrick Spangler coming out of turn number 4. He will get the victory here at Lucas Oil tonight and possibly claim the top spot in the point, but that is yet to be seen here. As they roll there off turn number 2, Thomas in 2nd, Mason Hine in 3rd, Dean Reynolds 4th, Ted York 5th, and we'll get the rest of your finishing order right here. Patrick Spangler getting the win, Scott Thomas in there 2nd, Mason Hine there in 3rd, Dean Reynolds 4th, Ted York there 5th, Randy Shreve 6th, Chip Barker there in 7th, Robbie Shaw there 8th, Bobby Good there in 9th, Connor Ross in 10th, and Zach Chapman with a disappointing start to the night there in 11th. We'll get with your winners now here. Yeah, they worked their way on over. Getting here with Mason Hine, your 3rd place finisher. Good evening there, Mason. How's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
It's going really, really well. How do you think your night went here? I know you had to battle quite a bit to get into the podium, but you did a great job getting up there.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You know, I kind of forgot how to drive these. It took me a while. I haven't been on racing in probably a month and a half. So, but it was a lot of fun to come back out and give her a try and still come out with the top 3 is pretty cool.
Well, you did a great job. Car looked great out there. And what did you think of the track tonight here at Lucas Oil?
It wasn't too bad. You know, I'm not one that's really good on the top, so I figured I was going to go through the middle and kind of practice through there. It felt pretty good, and then it seems like everyone had that kind of thought, except Patrick. He was making the top look pretty good, but at one point I was like, I got to get real low, and then I think I passed 2 cars, and then had a couple slip-ups there, and Scott was able to get around me. But all in all, it's pretty good, not bad. Not a fan of the track, but I'll take a 3rd place, no doubt.
Well, you did pass 2 on the bottom as you got around Dean Reynolds and Scott Thomason at one point, but as you said, you had a couple slip-ups there in the one corner, and that allowed Scott to get back around you. Yeah,
I think if I would have, you know, the corner that I took to get by those guys, if I would have kept, you know, with that same line and that same entry point, I think the way bottom had a lot of grip to it. But like I said, kind of got sideways on that one and slipped up a little bit, and Scott was able to get around me. But all in all, good fun. I had a great time, so that's all that matters.
It definitely looked like you had a lot of fun out there. You got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting 3rd place tonight?
Yeah, Coast to Coast for giving us a place to do this. You and Regal Wraps and Designs for sponsoring this and putting this broadcast on. Grand Slam Graphics and Justified Motorsports.
All right, great job there, Mason. Are we going to see you racing any more tonight, or are you done?
Yeah, I'm going to do the late models, and then that's probably it for the night.
All righty. Well, good luck in the late models.
All right, thanks, Adam.
All right, that's Mason Hine, your third place finisher. Now we'll get with Scott Thomason, your second place finisher. Good evening there, Scott. How's it going?
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
It's going fairly well. How do you think your race went here tonight?
Man, it went really well. Patrick was just the star of the field tonight. He could get through 1 and 2 better than I could. 3 and 4, we were pretty equal, but then once he got into the open air and got out, he was gone. I couldn't catch him.
Yeah, he definitely has a knack for these sprints, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, he's really good. I've raced with him a long time. He's real good.
Well, you look great out there yourself. You finished where you started there in second place, so, I mean, you can't complain too much.
Yeah, I had to work for it a little bit. Mason caught me off guard there. Actually opened my eyes to the bottom, or middle, right there at the very end. I got back by. Luckily, I got back by him again in 3 and 4 on the top, where I was pretty decent. And then I just beat him to the middle into 1 and 2 on the white flag lap. He did bump into the back of me. I do apologize. I was protecting it, but it was a good race.
You did a great job hanging on a second there tonight and working for it. And we'll see how well that plays out in points. I'm not sure exactly where you stand in points at the moment.
I've missed a few races, so I'm not in the points battle.
Okay. Yeah, you're looking like you're down in 10th in points right now. Only racing about 4 races this season.
These races, I'm not going to lie.
Well, you did a great job tonight. You got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank there for second place?
Oh, just got to thank my team, Scott Thomason Racing. I'm back to my own team again. Got Scissortail Racing Development, Thomas and Lane. They helped me out on the car. And I got Chad Griggs has always helped me throughout the years with Aces Up Sim Sports. And Josh Whiteman of Finish Line Race Designs has always done my cars and stuff. He's done always a great job. Thank them.
Right.
And I also want to thank you, the broadcaster, and C2C and all that. We appreciate you doing this. This is cool. Appreciate it.
All right, well, great job there. Are you racing any more tonight, or you think you're done?
I will probably be done tonight.
All righty.
I'm not really good in the late model deal, and same deal with the midget. I just don't run them enough.
All righty, well, have yourself a great night. Enjoy that podium finish here tonight.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, that was Scott Thomas, and now we'll get with your winner here, Patrick Spangler. Good evening there, Patrick. How's it going?
Pretty good, yeah.
It's going well. Do you think this is going to help you knock into that lead of Dean Reynolds a little bit on the points?
I'm trying to catch him down or track him down. That was a fun one tonight. Real close battles at the beginning of that race.
Well, coming into tonight, it looks like Dean was 4.77 in points, and you have 4.47. So you're hanging in there with him. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yep. Anything can happen in these things, so just a matter of keeping it clean each week and avoiding those incident points and just getting solid podiums each week.
So it's definitely gonna be interesting, especially whenever they start figuring in them drop weeks, right?
Yeah, because I missed one earlier this season, so hopefully we can just keep rattling them off here.
Well, great job there, Patrick. And you got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting that victory tonight.
Yeah, just Jack, Jeff, and Dean for running the league and everything they do. Regal Reps and you for, not Regal Reps, Regal Reps and you for the sponsorship, broadcast, everything you do, graphics, the countless things you do for the league. Dad back home watching, Randy and Scott for running clean at the beginning. It was real tight racing we had, and it was real fun. And finally was able to crack the win there. First win since Malcolm passed away 2 weeks ago, so got to get that one for him because he's always there watching me.
Great. Well, congrats there, getting that win, Patrick. And you got any other thoughts before before going out for the night? Are you racing anymore, or you think one and done tonight?
One done today. I got home late today from my daughter's had gymnastics, so I got some things I got to do. So, but I'll be in next week for sure.
Well, congrats there, and hopefully you can keep this momentum going here throughout the season, as this is your 4th win now on the season, if I'm looking at the stats correctly.
Yeah. Thanks. Hopefully we can keep it rolling. I think we have I-55 next week, so that's always a position battle where you start. So hopefully we can draw some luck there.
Well, good luck, and we'll see you next week there, Patrick. Have yourself a great night.
Sounds good. Thanks, you too.
So that's Patrick Spangler, your winner here at Lucas Oil for your 360 Wing Sprint Cars. We're going to take a small break. We'll be back here with more racing after this. Don't go anywhere. More racing coming up on Coast to Coast Racing Network. And if you're watching over FFTV, don't go anywhere. Still more racing coming up.
All right, all right, all right. Gentlemen, start your engine! The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel the rage and I just can't hold it. It's scratching on the walls, in the closet, in the halls. It comes awake and I can't control it. Hiding under the bed, in my body, in my head. Why won't somebody come and save me from this? Make it end. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. It's hiding in the dark, its teeth are razor sharp. There's no escape for me, it wants my soul, it wants my heart. No one can hear me scream, maybe it's just a dream. Maybe it's inside of me. Stop this monster. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I'm gonna lose control, it's something radical. I must confess that I feel like a monster.
White flag waves. Come on, Dino, bring it home. Dino can hear him yelling. He sees the checkered flag waving. He gets it done.
Works his way off turn number 4. Down here across the stripe, Jack Hit will get your win.
Clevenger wins at the Lanier National Speedway. Checkered flag wave. Give it to Putt Putt.
Final lap. Here we go. Drag race down the backstretch. Who's it going to be? They're so tight coming here off the lead. And it's going to be, holy crap, it's going to be Christopherson. Dean Reynolds down here through 3 and 4. Coming up off, looking good and clean. He will get the win here at Lernerville. Patrick Spangler working off a 4. He will get your win here tonight at Lanier. That 280 and Jeff Sharp trying to close in on the 72.
Get there, checkered flag wave. William Watson holds on.
Precision is our language. Creativity is our weapon. And perfection is the only option. Your ride, your brand, your image, elevated to a level that can't be ignored. This isn't just a wrap, it's a revolution. Regal Wraps and Designs, where power meets style, and style becomes unforgettable. Regal Wraps and Designs, we don't follow trends, we set them. Every line, every finish, every detail is built to dominate. From flawless vehicle wraps to bold custom designs, we take your vision and redefine it. Seamless statements, artful accents, hues of harmony. We are Regal Wraps and Designs.
Fuel in the tank, dust
right, unsure exactly what happened there, as my overlays did not want to cooperate as qualifying finishes up here. Dean Reynolds has the pole there with a 14.506. Randy Shreves there in second. Let's take a look at the points real fast here for your limited late models on this Wednesday night. Hometown Heroes from Coast to Coast Racing League. Dean Reynolds leads the points with 460. Ryland Banks, who's starting third tonight, or third fastest tonight, with a 14.554. And there he is, starting third in this heat race. We're going to go ahead and get this up here. Here is your starting grid. Matt Barber out there getting that starting position on pole for Tesla Mechanical in the number 16. GSG RFX Motorsports 89. Mason Hine starts there in second. Ryland Banks starting in third in the number 76. To his outside, Super Dirt Car Series Full Throttle Motorsports driver for the 79, Dean Reynolds rolls off in fourth tonight. Row number 3 to the inside, Can-Am Racing Team's number 513, Jeff Barker and Bob the Good. They're in sixth tonight in car number 7. That is your starting grid as they work here off of the corner. You see Reynolds there on that high side. Down there off of turn number 2, running that Regal Wraps machine here tonight for Dino. As Dino comes there out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. And into turn 3 and 4. 6 laps of distance here for your heat races. They come there now off the corner. Loud pedal hits the floor. They're down and away. Reynolds, being your fastest qualifier, now has to work his way through this field. As Matt Barber out front. Mason Hine there in second. Look out. Here comes the 76. Ryland Banks 3 wide. Down the front straightaway into corner number 1. Dino up top with the 89. Mason Hine sandwiched in the middle. They back it off there. Banks now on the bottom. Reynolds goes all the way to the bottom. Going to try to gather it up there as they still battle it out there for those spots as Barber runs away so far at the front of the pack. And down that back straightaway, Reynolds getting into the side of the 76. And look out, they keep it together. Man, they beat Banks coming through turn number 3 and 4. Great job there by Reynolds, helping keep those guys straight down there on the bottom side. Mason Hine there in second. Barber there in front. And now here comes Banks back to the inside. Going to slide it on up. Dino going to look underneath as they work down there now. Through turn 1 and 2. And down the back straight away there as in second. Or I'm sorry, back there in fourth now. Trying to get into third. 2 laps to go. Now white flag for Matt Barber as he rolls here into corner number 1. Final lap here for your limited late models. Down there now out of the corner they go. As we watch Barber come off turn 4 and get the win here in the limited late models tonight for heat number 1. Heat number 2 soon to be coming up. And we'll get your finish results there for heat number 1. Heat number 1 results. Matt Barber, Mason Hine gets second, Jeff Barker third, Dean Reynolds fourth, Ryland Banks fifth, Mr. Bob the Good finishes in sixth. Your grid for heat number 2. That's going to be Mike Wheeler starting out there on pole for On Edge Racing, hammer down in the 066. Billy Roberts in the 099 starts his outside there in second. Row number 2 on that inside, Mike Brewer driving at number 390 in third here tonight. LGR Motorsports, number 56 of Randy Shreves, starts fourth. Back here, row number 3, the 210, Barry Wallace in fifth with Steve Marr in the 888, rounding out there in sixth. As they get off here, ready to go for heat number 2. Pace car will pull off this time by the entrance of pit road. Mike Weeda sitting there in the lead right now on that inside front row. Roberts out there in second, Brewer there in third, and they roll off here, ready for that green flag to drop. It does. They're down and away. Dust flies into corner number 1. As you watch Garrett go through, what a run there for Roberts off that high side. He gets that thing down and underway. Gets out to that early lead, but here comes Randy Shreves on that outside as well. Working there above Brewer now. As Brewer comes there off the corner. Shreves up there against that outside wall. Brewer working down there, gonna slide it up there, not enough room. Shreves gets a better run on the outside down here in the corner number 1 and 2, working the middle of the racetrack right now for Randy Shreves as they work down there in the corner number 3 and 4. Barry Wallace in the pits after having some issues there with his machine. 3 laps to go here for heat number 2 for your limited late models here with your hometown heroes Wednesday night. As they headed on off here, Mike Brewer hanging there tough in third right now, but Mike Weeda all over the back bumper of Brewer. Randy Shreves started fourth, up here in the second. They work down the front straight away. They watch Roberts there down the backstretch for the final time here in heat number 2 through 3 and 4, and Billy Roberts gets the win here for heat number 2 during your race here at Lucas Oil tonight for the limited late models. Your heat number 2 results going to be coming up. Here's your heat 2 results. Billy Roberts getting that win. Randy Shreves second. Mike Brewer third. Mike Weeda there in fourth. Steve Marr there in fifth. Barry Wallace in sixth. We'll be back after this message from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. More racing coming up.
Precision is our language. Creativity is our weapon. And perfection is the only option. Your ride, your brand, your image, elevated to a level that can't be ignored. This isn't just a wrap, it's a revolution. Regal Wraps and Designs, where power meets style, and style becomes unforgettable. At Regal Wraps and Designs, we don't follow trends, we set them. Every line, every finish, every detail is built to dominate. From flawless vehicle wraps to bold custom designs, we take your vision and redefine it. Seamless statements, artful accents, hues of harmony. We are Regal Wraps and Designs.
Vanguard Speedway as warm-ups finish up. Try to figure out who's the fastest in there in warm-up. Mike Brewer is your fastest. And the number 39 or 390 on the scoreboard. Mason Hines, second fastest. And the number 89. It's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. I believe Jason Reynolds, doesn't start on pole. Oh crap, I forget who won heat number 1. We're having a great night of racing tonight. Bring it on out there in corner number 1 and 2, and I'm trying to make sure that I got everything set right. Possibly need to there we go, that should be a little better. Oh, maybe not. There we go. All right. And as we headed on out there, great job by these drivers tonight. And bring on out in the corner number 1 and 2. Here we go. Your starting lineup. Here is your starting grid. Matt Barber out there getting that win in heat number 1. Will start on pole here tonight for Tessier Mechanical in the number 16. Billy Roberts, who's outside in the 099 after winning heat number 2, comes out there and gets that second starting position. Row number 2 on the inside line, the 89 for GSG RFX Motorsports. Mason Hine, who is outside. Randy Shreve starts 4th in the 56 from LGR Motorsports. Row number 3 to the inside, Can-Am Racing Team. 513 Jeff Barker starts 5th. 2 is outside, the 390 of Mike Brewer. Row number 4 to the inside, Dean Reynolds for Super Dirt Car Series Full Throttle Motorsports. The number 79 starts 7th tonight. On Edge Racing, hammer down, 066 of Mike Wheeler starts 8th. Row number 5 to the inside, Ryland Banks driving at number 76 starts 9th. Steve Marr there in 10th tonight in the 888. Row number 6 on the inside, Can-Am Racing Team, number 7, Mr. Bob the Good rolls off at 11th with Barry Wallace there in 12th tonight. And at number 210, and that is your starting grid here for your limited late models this Wednesday night. And the loud pedals are pressed, the dust flies through turn 1 and 2. Brewer getting a great run through the high side of 1 and 2, working there through 3 and 4 now. And we watch Roberts getting out there to the front. Matt Barber there in 2nd. Roberts makes a great run. Here comes Mason Hine down there on the bottom side. Looking underneath the Shreves. Dean Reynolds back here in the 9th. Already dropped a couple positions from where he started. Those top 4 still battling out there. You got the 39 down there now through 1 and 2. Barber looking to see if he can make a pass at Roberts. Down underneath, going to slide it through, going to slide it up. Roberts going to cut down and try to see if he can get the slide going into 1 and 2. Might have got credit for that lap still. We've got 22 laps to go here at Lucas Oil for your limited lates. Down the backstretch, here comes Barber once again, side by side into 3 and 4. The slide job by Barber up into the corner. Roberts now back to the inside. Shreves sitting in 3rd right now. They work down that back straightaway. He's looking to see if he can get his nose into the mix of things. We got Brewer there in 4th. Hine right there as well. Reynolds finally gets a move on here, getting up into 6th after falling back a little bit. Now he's up a position. They roll down that back straightaway. Barry Wallace battling with Steve Marr back here. This is 8th and 9th. As Mike Wheaton's back here as well. Mr. Bob the Good, Jeff Barker, he had issues in the pits. There you want him up there on the high side. Brewer, Barber, Shreves, and Roberts. That is your top 5 with Hine back here at 5th place. Roberts out there in front. Shreves is battling it there in 2nd as they roll down through that Hot Wheels machine. Looking on the bottom side there now as they work up. Shreves had a decent week last week. Looking to try to see if he can keep that momentum going. And now here comes Barber down to the inside of Shreves. Shreves still hanging on though to that 2nd spot, and they work off of turn 4. Brewer there in 4th. Down there now. As up there on the high side, you see Brewer there, Barber, Shreves, and Roberts. Hine still hangs on to 5th position with Dean Reynolds trying to close in on them all. That just goes to prove, just because you're the fastest in qualifying doesn't mean you're going to win that night. As Dean Reynolds, he set the quick time here tonight in qualifying. Started 4th in his heat. Now he's back here just trying to battle into the race. And he was coming there off turn number 4. Down the front straightaway as Roberts works off a 2 down the back straightaway. In the 3 and 4, 14 laps to go. Barker out of this one, it looks to be. Matt Barber there, or Jeff Barker, sorry, not Matt. Jeff Barber. All right. Jeff Barker out of this one back there in the pits. Mike Brewer. Reeves there in a second. There you see Riley Bank, Dean Reynolds there in a 6, trying to get up there. Mason Hine doing a great job here in the pit right now. Got to try to gather some of it back up as he fell back 2 spots. Mike Brewer, he's up 2. Wyatt Barber, he's down 2. Randy Shreves is up, and Billy Roberts is up 1. 11 to go down through turn 3 and 4 here at the Speedway. And now off of the corner they go. With Barber out there in front. Roberts out there leading the way. Barber's back here 3rd, Shreves there 2nd. Trying to chase down one another. They have 9 laps to go here in the feature for your limited late models. Mike Brewer there 3rd, Mason Hine in 4th, Matt Barber there in 5th, Dean Reynolds there in 6th. 8 laps to go here for your race as they're battling down here now out of the corner number 2. Down the back straightaway. Come on, fans, who's it going to be? Who do you cheer on the most? As Billy Roberts currently has the lead. Shreves, who had a great run last week, sits here in 2nd, right behind Roberts. Brewer back here in 3rd, and just out of curiosity, where are they at in the points? Randy Shreves sits 3rd in points. Dean Reynolds leads the points. Billy Roberts, he's back in 8th with 345 in points. The leader, Dean Reynolds, he has 460 in the points. 7 races counted. Roberts has 6 races counted. Randy Shreves, he's got 6 races counted and is sitting at 382. Ryland Banks, he's with 438. Ryland Banks back there in 7th behind Reynolds. So Randy Shreves really coming on strong here lately in this season. With 4 laps to go down there through turn 1 and 2. Randy Shreves, no wins on the season, but has 4 top 5s. Out of those 6 races. Pretty good stats there for Randy Shreves. And you see him there in 2nd. 3 laps to go now. 2 laps to go as they come across the line. The cross flags. Or, I'm sorry, the 2 flags there for 2 laps to go. Down the back straightaway, Mike Brewer there 3rd. Mason Hine there in 4th. They come across, white flag in the air. It's unfurled for Billy Roberts and Randy Shreves, who battle for that front spot. But it looks to be Billy Roberts taking it here tonight. Down there out of turn number 2, 3, and 4. And Billy Roberts comes off a 4. He'll get the win here tonight at Lucas Oil. And at number 99 for A&J Landscaping, Billy Roberts, Gears Unlimited driver, getting that win tonight. Randy Shreves there in 2nd. We got Mike Brewer there in 3rd. Great run by Brewer as well. Coming up 3 spots to get a podium. Your finishing results are as follows. Billy Roberts getting that win. Randy Shreves 2nd. Mike Brewer 3rd. Mason Hine there in 4th. Matt Barber there 5th. Dean Reynolds 6th. Ryland Banks there in 7th. Mike Weeda in 8th. Barry Wallace 9th. Bob the Good there in 10th. Steve Marr there in 11th. Jeff Barker in 12th. All right, here we go. Getting with your finishers. And we're going to go with, let's get with Mike Brewer. Good evening there, Mike Brewer. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Kind of take us through that race here tonight. How do you think things went for you?
Surprisingly pretty well. I don't really run the late models a lot, but I seen some limiteds here, so I was like, I'll give it a shot, and didn't expect to get a podium, to be honest with you. I was just going to come out and have a little bit of fun, but here we are.
Well, you did great out there, and what do you think played a role in you getting the podium tonight?
Consistency. Matt Barber there, he definitely would have got that. He went in the turn one there and just got up a little bit too high, got off the berm. If that didn't happen, I probably would have been sitting outside the podium, but they're just so equal. And, you know, the guys that we got running in here and stuff like that, they're really good, and obviously they probably run them every week, but the competition in these leagues are pretty crazy.
Yeah, I know you guys really put on a show every week, week in and week out. It's just the competition here at Coast to Coast is something else here on the dirt side of things. So congrats there for getting third, and you got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting that third-place podium tonight.
Yeah, you for broadcasting, Flieger, and your Regal Wraps and Designs there. Great job, and all the guys over at FTM, Swan Speed Shop, Dino over there at Dirt Car, and be out there watching.
Great job there for you tonight, Mike. Are you going to try your hand at a midget, or are you done?
Yeah, I'm probably done, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I understand that midgets aren't for everybody.
Yeah, those open wheel like that with the sprint cars and midgets, I gotta go into my own practice session and get used to them before I go out there and make a fool of myself with everybody else.
Well, even going out for practice, you still have that chance.
Well, that's true.
Take it from somebody that's done it. It can still happen.
Right? Always a chance.
Always a chance, yes. You just never know exactly how the other drivers are going to react. I guess that's the biggest thing, with motorsports, especially whenever it's tight competition like this.
Well, it might be a sim and stuff like that, but obviously these guys are out here running and really good at them and running for points and wins and stuff like that. So, don't have a lot of money invested in it like we do real cars and stuff like that, but we still try to treat it the same way. So,
well, I mean, you still got a good amount of money invested. I mean, between the simulator and then the equipment that goes alongside with it. So, I mean,
definitely.
It's still not a cheap hobby.
Nope. But that's for sure.
A little cheaper than real racing though, because we don't have to worry about tearing the car up.
Yep. Just hit the reset button, get some new tires, and ready to go.
But great job there tonight, Mike, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully you can continue some of this momentum.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Adam. Jeff.
All right, that was Mike Brewer. Now we'll get with Randy Shreves. Good evening there, Randy. How's it going?
Good, Adam. How about yourself?
It's going well. How do you think your race went tonight?
Overall, pretty good. Anytime you finish up on the podium with these guys, definitely a plus. And, there at the end, my car it felt really, really good. Felt like I may have had something for Billy. And then I just, tried to get him on the bottom. Lost a lot of momentum. Had to catch back up. Did that a couple times. And, almost went over the berm one time. Just hard to catch Billy, man. He's a great late model driver for sure.
He definitely is. I mean, he's not too terrible in them modifieds either.
Oh, no, Billy's good in anything he gets in. He's a driver for sure, and same with Mike. He's an awesome driver too. Just being up there with them guys just makes it all worth it.
Well, you've had a pretty awesome last couple weeks here with the season. How do you feel about your season here in the limited lates?
Overall not too bad. I've had a couple bad weeks, missed a week or two, but I think I'm still kind of hanging out there. I'm not really sure where I'm at in the points, but hopefully I'll be up there in the end and can maybe pull something off. But that'll be a tough thing to do with the field of drivers we have here.
Well, I can give you a little bit of insight on them points. out of 7 of 7 races so far, you've only got 6 counted, but you've got 382 points. Sitting third.
Not too bad then. Better than I thought. I thought I was at least 7th or so, but yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, you're sitting third, and you have Ryland Banks ahead of you with 438, 7 races counted, and Dean Reynolds with 7 races counted with 460. So, I mean, whenever the end of the season gets near and we figure in them drop weeks, it's hard to say.
Yeah, you just never know with these things. Racing's always just one of them things. You just got to be in the right place at the right time, and hope everything goes your way.
Well, hopefully you can continue this momentum in the limited lates. I know you look like you might have struggled a little bit in the 360 tonight, but definitely brought it alive here in the limited lates.
Yeah, definitely caught a little bad luck in the sprints there. Got a little too high on the berm there. I don't know. I like the top there in the sprint car, and it just didn't work out for me. So had to go all the way to the back, work my way up. I think I finished 6th, so overall not horrible, but it was just unfortunate.
Yeah, you'll have them weeks, though. So congrats on 2nd place here tonight in the limited lates. Before you go, you got any sponsor shout-outs, anybody you want to thank?
Oh, yeah, for sure. As always, I thank everybody at Coast to Coast, you, Adam, for the broadcast, and the sponsors. I want to thank my son, Dylan Sheets, for painting my cars, my buddy Mike McCoy for watching, my buddy Jeff Spann, my buddy Matt Little, Tanya Spann, Bree Spann, everybody that watches me race and supports me. Definitely want to thank all them guys.
Well, great job. And are you going to be going and testing your luck in the midgets?
Yeah, for sure. Give them things to try. They're always fun.
Alrighty, we'll see you in the midgets. Have fun, and good luck.
All right, thanks, Adam.
All right, I was Randy Shreves. Now I'll get with the man of the night, Billy Roberts here. Good evening there, Gears. How's it going?
Good, Aaron. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well, but I'm sure you're feeling better than I am being out there on top of the board tonight.
Oh, against all that competition? Heck yes.
You didn't get it easy, that's for sure.
Oh gosh, no. Randy was coming for sure.
Yeah, I think he was waiting for you to make that one little slip up.
I made one, but I think he made the same one, so it kind of equaled out on me.
Well, he did a great job getting out there to an early lead and just trying to keep it in the groove, per se, to keep that momentum up. I mean, that's the whole key to these limiteds, right?
Yeah, just keep them up on the RPMs.
Well, you did a great job doing that here tonight. I know I'm still learning how to do that, per se, with some of the dirt and stuff, but man, great, awesome job tonight watching you guys go around the track. Looks like you guys always have a blast. And you got sponsors, shout-outs, anybody you want to thank for getting that victory tonight?
You, Adam, for sponsoring this series, Regal Wraps Designs, Leadfoot Mafia, all my team members, Jake, Randy, Mike, Terry, of course, Dean Reynolds for doing all the posting of our logos and stuff when he does all that, and Coast to Coast for giving us a place to race.
Alrighty, well, great job there, Billy. And we'll, are you going to try your hand at the midgets, or are you strictly done tonight?
Just put her in the back, because that's where I'll be all night, so keep the camera back there.
So you're going to try them at least?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to try them.
Alrighty, well, good luck. We'll see if you can at least keep it on the track for us.
All right.
Have yourself good luck there in the midgets. We'll be talking to you later.
You too.
That's Billy Roberts, your winner here of the limited late models here at Lucas Oil. Don't go anywhere. We got more racing coming up after this break. As we got your Regal Wraps midgets right after.
Precision,
2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
Our love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way.
Alright.
Precision is our language. Creativity is our weapon. And perfection is the only option. Your ride, your brand, your image, elevated to a level that can't be ignored. This isn't just a wrap, it's a revolution. Regal Wraps and Designs, where power meets style, and style becomes unforgettable. At Regal Wraps and Designs, we don't follow trends, we set them. Every line, every finish, every detail is built to dominate. From flawless vehicle wraps to bold custom designs, we take your vision and redefine it. Seamless statements, artful accents, hues of harmony. We are Regal Wraps and Designs.
All right, here we are with qualifying underway. Templeton out there in front. Jack Hit there second. Jeff Parker there third. Bob the Good fourth. So far as they round out qualifying here tonight. All right, here we go. Qualifying has ended. We're getting ready to rock and roll here from Charlotte now. We left Lucas Oil. Now we're here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Or the dirt track of Charlotte, rather. Here we go. Your heat race for your Regal Raps midgets coming up here. We got Mr. Bob the Good driving to number 7, starting out there on pole. Jack Hitt in second, driving to number 217. Brandon Templeton there in the 31. Starts third for Hammerdown Racing. Jeff Barker there in a fourth. Running the 513. Row number 3 inside the 56. LGR Motorsports. Randy Shreve starts there in the 56 in 5th. The 888 of Steve Amar there in 6th. And the 099 of Billy Roberts there in 7th. Everybody getting out there ready to rock and roll. 6 laps the distance here. Standings for your Regal Rap midgets. On his hometown hero Wednesday night. Jack Hitt leads the points with 523. Jet Barker, he is there in second with 480. 396 in third is Brandon Templeton. Randy Shreves in fourth with 352. And Mr. Bob the Good with 306. So top 5 drivers. Steve Moore out there as well. He's 6 in points. Dean Reynolds in 7th. Now you want to come down there out of the corner. And hang it on out there. You watch Brandon Templeton out to the front. Jack Hitt up there on the high side. They work it down the front straight away here. Jack Hitt there in second. Randy Shreve there in third. As they're working on out there. A little bit different camera view here tonight for these midgets so we can kind of keep them focused on the screen a little easier. For you folks watching. Randy Shreves there in third. He's got Barker working underneath him. Barker slides up the racetrack there in the 4th. Bob the Good back here in 5th. As Templeton is out front. 4 laps to go. 3 laps to go now. Here with Jack Hitt in 2nd. Shreves there 3rd. Jeff Barker there in 4th. Keeps working down there now through turn 3 and 4. Templeton out there has quite the lead. Jack Hitt there in 2nd. They keep it rolling there now off turn number 3 and 4. Templeton has missed 2 races this season, so only 5 races of his have counted. Jack Hitt, he's raced all 7. Randy Shreves only raced 5 as well, sitting in 4th spot in the points. Hey, watch Templeton down there now out of corner number 1 and 2. Or 3 and 4 rather. Jack Hitt, as unofficial results, has Templeton as your winner of your heat race. Wait on them all to come across the line. There you see Barker coming across there in 7th. Here is your finish results. Brandon Doubleton out there getting that win. Jack Hint second. Randy Shreves there in third. Bob the Good there in fourth. Steve Marr fifth. Billy Roberts sixth. Jeff Barker there in seventh. We'll be back after this short message from our sponsor.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
All right, back. All right, back here from the Speedway. We got them out there finishing up warm-up. Then we'll get to our grid here. Here we go, your starting grid. They bring it to us. There you got, starting out there. Let's see, where's our starting grid? Come on. Starting grid, we got Brandon Templeton for Hammer Down Racing in the number 31. Jack Hint in the number 217 starts in second. The 56 of LGR Motorsports. Randy Shreves rolls off in third. Can-Am Racing Team. Number 7, Mr. Bob the Good, starts fourth. Steve Marr there in fifth. In the 888. Billy Roberts in the 099 there in sixth. Jeff Barker, the 513, starts there in seventh for Can-Am Racing there tonight. right, here off corner number 4. Here we go. Down the front straightaway. Green flag. Unsure what happened there. Something called the caution flag back out. I don't know why. Kind of a weird start. Oh, let's see what we got going on here. This is kind of odd here, right? Oh, let's see what we got going on. Off corner 4 now, we get the green flag. They're down and away in the corner number 1 here at Charlotte. As you watch Templeton down there on the inside, Jack Hitt trying to hang with him. Up there on that outside lane, but Templeton had a great run there on the bottom. Going to slide it up there. But here comes Jack Hitt. Got a decent run off of 4. Now here through 1 and 2. Templeton still rolls that bottom. But look at Jack Hitt making a good run there through the middle of the turn. As they work here through turn 3 and 4. Hitt fell back a little bit. As Templeton gets a great run there. As you watch the battle going on back here for 4th and 5th. And you watch that 7 there, Bob the Good. I'm sorry, no, that's 3rd and 4th. As you see Retrieve there. Yep, Parker, he's in the mix here in a 5th. Billy Roberts back here and Steve Moore. Not sure what happened with those two. Moore is off the pace. So is Roberts a little bit. Roberts hanging back there in 6th. Down there now off the corner. Jack Hitt there in 2nd. Randy Shreves 3rd. Bob the Good in 4th. As they keep it rolling. Down through the front straightaway here in the 1 and 2. You're watching Parker there in the 5th. Roberts back here in 6th. Jack Hitt 2nd. Shreves here in 3rd. Keeping it rolling here tonight for your Regal Raps Midgets. Down through 1 and 2, 20 laps to go. And we said, oh no, somebody bought it down there. Was that Roberts or was that Moore? That was Moore, ended up there almost into our camera. Down there on the bottom side. Everybody else is still running. And you see Parker down there on the inside of Shreves, working there off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Parker gets underneath. Can he make it stick? Jack Hitt up there in 2nd. Templeton, another great midget driver here in Coast2Coast League. As they roll it down there now into 3 and 4. Reeves still trying to hang on to 3rd spot up above Jeff Barker. But Jeff Barker has a little bit better line there on the bottom coming to the line. And it's going to be Barker getting credit with the 3rd place. But here comes Reeves working down there to the bottom once again. As they work now off through the back stretch here into 3 and 4. Templeton there still leads the way. Jack Hitt 2nd. Jeff Barker there in 3rd. Randy Shreves 4th. Bob the Good 5th. Billy Roberts back there in 6th. And it keeps rolling down there now out of the back stretch through turn 3 and 4. Jack Hitt. There comes Templeton. In front, down through the back straightaway. With Jack Hitt 15 laps to go. Regal Rap Midgets here tonight, bringing you the best racing here at Coast2Coast Network tonight. And us here on the pole from Lincoln Farm TV. Keeping it rolling. Templeton there out front. Jack Hitt there second. Jeff Barker third. Randy Shreves there in fourth. Bob the Good in fifth as they keep it rolling. 14 laps to go. Here at Charlotte, Jack Hitt's lost some ground here. Over a second and a half back off of Templeton, and then it's a second and a half, almost 2 seconds back here. Chad Barker as Shreve tries to battle him, who's a half second off of Barker. Now, quarter second is Shreve's way up top on the outside here tonight. I don't know if that outside lane is going to pull through here for the midgets. Usually that inside lane is just a little bit quicker for these machines. And Shreve's going where he's comfortable up there on that high side. Now we see Jack Hitt, Templeton working his way there on the top side now. So now they're all migrating to the top. We see Hitt way up against that outside wall. Barker there as well. As you see, there comes Jack Hitt. Randy Shreve, Randy Shreve rolling up there on to Barker. Little by little, as they work there through the corners. That outside lane does seem to be coming in here for these midgets. Jack Hitt there on the middle, rolling there off of 2 down the back straightaway. Barker there on the bottom still. Okay, Randy Shreve starting to gain a little bit there on that high top. They work down there through 1 and 2. Barker hanging on by a thread there to third. As Shreve had a moment there where he thought he was going to get in front. And he worked there off the corner. Barker still hangs on though, down there on the bottom. And we watch Templeton out of turn 4. Down across the line, 6 laps to go here at Dirt Charlotte. As they work down there now through turn 1 and 2. Jack Hitt down there on the bottom. There's Barker getting a little bit too sideways there in the middle of the corner. That might help Shreves catch him down a little bit. As Shreves runs that top side up there against that wall. Down here out of 4. Shreves has third spot over top of Barker, but Barker is not giving up and not giving up on that bottom either. And they work there through turn 2, 5 laps to go here for the Regal Wraps Midgets. Sponsored by Regal Wraps and Designs. Bringing you this broadcast here from Charlotte. Down there now. Templeton still leads the way. Got a 3-second gap over Jack Hitt. And it's 6 seconds back here to Randy Shreve. Jeff Barker still trying to get that bottom to come back in for him, but it looks like that outside lane is finally coming through for these drivers up there at the front. As you see Templeton up there on the top. Jack Hitt there in a second as Templeton's getting up here to lap traffic with 2 laps to go. Down there through turn 3 and 4. I think that's Roberts there. That is. Roberts in danger of being lapped by Templeton. 1 more lap around the speedway there for Brandon Templeton. And it works down the back straightaway here through turn 3 and 4. Down there on the bottom now. Just going to keep it gliding. Yeah. Brandon Templeton gets the win here tonight at Charlotte. Jack Hitt comes across in second. Randy Shreves, he'll come across there in third. The rest of the grid to follow. Here is your winners. Coming around here to the front stretch as we bring up your finishing results. Templeton getting that win. Jack Hitt there second. Shreves there third. Jeff Barker fourth. Bob the Good there in fifth. Billy Roberts there sixth. Steve Marr there in seventh. So, starting here with Randy Shreves, third place. Good evening there, Randy. How's it going?
Pretty good, Adam. Pretty good.
Well, you got another podium here tonight, and you must be feeling pretty good about that. You had to work for it, though.
Yeah, definitely had to work for it. That track was pretty treacherous tonight. These cars do not like the throttle, so I don't know. You just kind of had to be careful, and yeah, it's kind of hard to do with these cars. They just have so much power for the little motors that they have, and yeah, it's really tricky to get around this track too. And with the guys up front, they race these things all the time, and I don't know, they got the hang of it, and I could not figure it out. But I'm just happy to finish third here. Me and Jeff Barker had a good battle there. I noticed the bottom was starting to go away, so I went up top and just kind of stayed up there where I knew I was comfortable, and it paid off at the end.
Yeah, were you expecting the top to come in like that there at the end?
I was actually expecting it to come in a little sooner, but there wasn't very many cars, so I'm just glad it actually came in.
Well, it did come in for you, and you were able to make it work and get that third place. You got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting another podium here on the night.
Yeah, for sure. As always, definitely want to thank Coast to Coast, you, Adam, for the broadcast and for all your sponsorship. I want to thank my son Dylan Shoes for painting my car. I want to thank my buddy Mike McCoy for watching, my buddy Jeff Spann, his wife Tanya, and his daughter Bree for watching, and also my buddy Matt Little, and everybody that supports me.
All right, great job there again tonight, Randy, another stellar week, and we'll see how your season continues here on the Wednesday night. Hometown here is next week, so have yourself a great night.
Yes, sir. You too, Adam.
All right, Randy Shreves. Now we'll get with Jack Hitt, their second place driver. Good evening there, Jack. How's it going?
Doing good, Adam. How you doing?
I'm doing well. You seem to have competition from Templeton there tonight.
Yeah, some nights we come out here and it's his sandbox and we're all just playing in it. I don't know. We were talking a little bit there, and it's like I told him, I basically full throttle, didn't think I was making mistakes, and he was still just pulling away from me.
So were you able to hold it wide open tonight here at Charlotte, or did you still have to kind of make sure you were careful with that throttle?
For the most part, wide open, unless you're trying to, run the bottom and you don't want to slide up too far on the exit, of course. But if you're in the middle, or especially on the outside there, yeah, you're going to be full throttle here.
Well, you definitely made it look pretty easy there, keeping control of that midget here tonight. As we know, they're not the easiest things to control. And that Hooters machine definitely came to life for you here. Getting second place, just unfortunate Templeton picked this week to show up, and you're getting second tonight.
Yeah, there's weeks like that. There's some tracks we go to, and I feel like that, I'm the guy that as long as I don't make a mistake, I can win it. But more often it's probably Brandon, and tonight was just one of those nights.
Well, you got sponsors, shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting that second-place podium tonight?
Got to thank you for doing the broadcast with Fleeger Farm TV, Regal Wrap and Designs for sponsoring the division. Everybody, as far as admins, anybody that does any work, review committee, everybody that makes the thing go around. All the drivers for coming out. Even Billy was joking, that he wasn't very good at midgets or anything, but best way to get good at it is come out here and get some seat time. So always willing to have some more guys come out. Hopefully next week we got one or two more and we just keep building. But other than that, gotta thank my wife for giving me time to do it.
No, definitely great job there, Jack. And you are right, getting that seat time is a important thing here in the racing world, especially here in the world of iRacing. Just getting the feel of of your equipment per se is the biggest thing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, midgets are totally different than anything else on here. And I guess even the micros, they're not even really that similar. But
No, they're not. I mean, midgets are a world of their own.
Yeah. I know it's different to a lot of guys, but once you get a hang of it a little bit, it's a ton of fun. And like I said, hopefully we can get some more guys.
Now, I will say that I kind of use it as a little bit of a stepping stone going from the midgets to the non-wing big boys. I don't know if you guys ever run them or not.
Yeah, that's a pretty close one. We used to alternate. It would be 1 week midgets, 1 week non-wing 360s, but yeah, they're another one that's a ton of fun. I think we would have an even smaller car count though, just because so many guys are uncomfortable in it. But yeah, who knows, man? If we can get some guys out here, I'd be all for running basically anything as long as we take the wings off of it.
Well, I mean, here's a thought. I don't know if you agree with this one or not, but for me, I noticed whenever I started running the non-wing and getting comfortable with them, it made me a little better in the wing stuff.
Yeah, I think it teaches you throttle control more than anything, So even in the sprint cars, you got a ton of downforce, but you can still make the thing go left with the gas pedal and let off of it. It's still going to go right. So, yeah, I think just there's a ton of finessing the non-wing stuff, So anytime you jump back to something else, it still translates.
Oh, most definitely, especially here on the dirt side of things. I mean, just definitely a blast, and you definitely had a blast there tonight running that Hooters number 217 midget. And congrats on getting second place, and we'll see how your season progresses next week.
Yeah, thanks, Adam.
All right, that was Jack Hitt. Now we'll get with Brandon Templeton, your victory winner here in Victory Lane with me now. Brandon Templeton, how's it going?
We're doing pretty good now.
Well, you got the win here tonight at Charlotte, and I understand you're pretty good at this track.
Yeah, I guess it seemed like hammer down tonight. I just kept it in the traction as best I could, where it was a little bit darker, and kept it as straight as I could, and kept the throttle pinned most of the night, and that's what it took.
Well, I mean, these cars definitely do take some finesse, and you definitely showed that here tonight, getting that thing around here quickly, at the speed you are, and a 3-second lead over Jack Hitt, and he's points leader and possibly only the points leader because you're not. You've missed a couple races.
Yeah, I got kind of a busy schedule with middle school and high school track, and so getting to all the kids' events usually takes priority, but when I get a chance, I like to hop on here and have some fun.
Well, you definitely look like you had the fun tonight, and can't wait to see what you got going forward in this Coast to Coast Wednesday night whenever you can make it.
Yeah, usually Wednesdays are about as good of a night as I can do. I think once summer rolls around, maybe I can do a little more in the other divisions, but for this time of year through basketball track season with my girls doing so many events and multiple divisions and nights, it's usually Wednesday, Sundays is about all I can get free. So we'll do what we can do, and when we get a free chance, we'll run the other stuff too.
Alrighty, well, great job there tonight, Brandon. You got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting that victory tonight at Charlotte?
Yeah, thanks to Regal Wraps and Designs and Flieger Farm TV and Flieger Farms for putting on the Wednesday night. It's appreciated to have it broadcast. It's pretty cool to have you doing it, so appreciate that. Thanks to Malvern Bank. They're the dirt track bank with Jay Burdick, everything they're doing for iRacing, real racing everywhere around the nation, supporting racers with hauler loans and stuff like that. Thanks to them. Extreme Images, Maley's Makery, Big C's Lawn Care. Everybody helping behind the scenes, everybody putting on the broadcast and doing the reviews and posting all the stuff for the league. Appreciate it.
All right, great job there, Brandon, and we'll see it maybe next week. So great job there tonight from Brandon Templeton, your race winner here tonight. Thank you all for tuning in, both here at Coast to Coast Racing Network and over at Flieger Farm TV. As we sign off for the night, thank you for watching this episode of On the Pole. Have yourself a great night. We'll be back live, I believe, tomorrow night. I'm going to double check on that for sure for myself. But Coast to Coast Racing Network will be live with Thursday Night Thunder tomorrow night. Good night.